welcome back. Prime Time Live, man. We kicking it back off, man. Vigilante in the building. We at Jay's, my partner Jay's Barbershop. Vigilante just showed us the YouTube plaque, man. It's iconic, man. Look at that. That's iconic. I'm gonna get some better pictures with it in a minute. Okay. So check this out, man. Let's start, man. How did you come up with the name Vigilante? Because I think when I first heard you say that, man, I was like, bro, thinking about that boy Batman, you know what I'm saying? That boy like you know what I'm saying? Like a vigilante, like, you know, and a hero. You're basically thinking about a hero. Mm-hmm. So how did you come up with that name, per se?
Okay, so what I want to get used to doing now is I want to hold the media and the people who interview me to a certain level of accountability, because this story is out there. So I want the people to just type it in. Go from this video to another one and just type it in and go, Vigilante Visuals, how he got the name Vigilante. It's gonna pop up. Okay. But what I'm gonna do for you, since y'all my peoples, I'm gonna give y'all the consolidated version. Okay. So for the people who haven't clicked off yet to go watch that, I'm gonna give y'all the consolidated version. The consolidated version is I was in a hotel. Well, it was a cruise. I was on a Carnival cruise to the Bahamas with my parents, and we were in a room watching a show called Video Vigilante, and it was a show where a white man was filming the police breaking the law. And
I think I heard that. Keep on.
It was like an unpopular show, but it's kind of like Duck Dynasty. Like, people don't really watch it, but if you watch it, you love that show. So that was my first time ever seeing it, because when you in the cabin, this is before Fire Stick, before Roku, so it was like cable television, but it was like a different version of it because you're leaving the American shore to go to the Bahamas. So you're like in the middle between the different type of cable that they watch and the type of cable that we watch. So that's probably why I had never seen the show at home. So I'm like, damn, this is an interesting show. Like, what is, okay, I know what video means. What do vigilante mean? So I looked that up. It means leader of a self-appointed group who takes matters into his own hands because he finds regular enforcement to be inadequate. So Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Batman, Joker, Thanos, all of these people who operate outside of regular enforcement are considered vigilantes. If you do a street protest, that's a vigilante move. Okay. If you steal from a bank, that's a vigilante move. Anything like that that requires any amount of vigilance will make you a vigilante. So my whole life has always been about perspective. Right. If you do the right thing, like if you ask white people back in the day if Martin Luther King was a good guy, they're gonna tell you no, he was a troublemaker. Yeah. But if you ask the same black people who lived in that time, they're gonna tell you that he was a hero. It's all about perspective when it comes to the vigilante thing. So with myself, I knew that was gonna be the way that I was viewed, probably from that point up until that point, all the way to the time that I died, to the way that I'm gonna be remembered after I die. That's just a vigilante. It's all about the perspective and what side you was on.
Amen to that, man. So what inspired you to get on your YouTube journey?
So with YouTube, I kind of knew that that I had a hub of creative videos, and when I started doing my UGC content, I had an abundance of them because I had so many different obligations to fulfill. So with some of the sites that I was using to get my UGC collaborations, the first few collaborations you had to do had to be free. 5,000, 3,000 is like the follower count minimum across all your platforms. But with me coming in with a larger platform, they're trying to squeeze in as many collaborations for free as they can with me possibly, so that they have to pay me. Right. It was a strategic move on their behalf. Right. So I ended up doing like 50, 60 collaborations where most people had to just do 5 or 6. But it worked out for me because those became like gifts for me to give other people. And then it became like creative marketing so I can practice getting better at doing it real fast and with a whole bunch of different brands. But then it also came with a bunch of shorts. And I just had ownership of these shorts and nothing to do with them because I had already got paid for them. So I said the smartest thing for me to do is just get paid for them again. And then to put them out there so that they could be advertisement for the world to see what I'm doing now. Right. So it became more prevalent when my subscriber count started to go up 50,000, 60,000, 70,000. I'm like, oh snap, I can actually reach the 100,000 mark and get a plaque. Okay, So now having YouTube is no longer just like extracurricular.
Right.
This is now an actual job, and it's a real stream of income now.
Right.
So now I'm really taking it way more serious, and I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and let me see if this plaque is real. Let me get to 100,000. Let me keep being consistent. Let me keep promoting my YouTube, actually more than my regular socials. And then I got to the 100,000, and then I got my email like 2 weeks later, like, yo, you have passed 100,000. Where would you like us to send your plaque? And I'm like, okay, this is real.
Yeah.
So that means when I get to 1 million, I got my other plaque. When I get to 10 million, got my other plaque, and I know it's a real thing now.
Yeah.
So the other social media sites, TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, they'll play around with your money.
They will.
They'll tell you, like, you know, you're gonna get paid this much, but you're really not gonna get paid that much.
Right.
With YouTube, it's been the most consistent one that I'm seeing with everybody, where they're saying, like, okay, the money is here. If the money wasn't there, Vlad wouldn't be doing what he's doing.
Right.
No Jumper wouldn't be doing what they're doing.
Right.
Danza wouldn't be doing what they're
Right.
doing. Like, people wouldn't be putting movies out on YouTube and then waiting for them to get like a deal with a streaming platform.
Facts.
So it's like, you know, I'm seeing the validity in it. I'm a businessman. I'm a humanitarian, but I'm also a businessman as well. So I can understand when people is getting money, they put their time and attention in certain places.
Right.
And I'm seeing the time and attention that's put into people doing the YouTube. So for me, it just made perfect sense. And then I've lived a beautiful 30 years of life so far.
Yeah.
So it's people want to see it.
Yeah.
And I'm a secretive person. So I'm moved in a lot of mystique.
Yeah.
So I don't really like to give people a lot of myself, especially that's not required in the moment. So with YouTube, it allows me to show people what I want to show them as far as me promoting for the brands that I'm promoting for.
Man, that's beautiful, because I feel the same way. I tell them about it's like a mystique around it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, what's that? I can't think of the word right now. It's like an aura around it. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be like I want to be like a rare Pokemon. You feel what I'm saying? I don't want to be like, man, I seen him over there. I seen him over. Nah, when you see me, it's one of one. You know what I'm saying? So I respect that, man. And there's some facts on the YouTube thing, because I got like 11K subscribers, and I see how the things is like, it's the one. Like, I compared it to Instagram and Facebook, because it was a couple times Instagram posts that sent me like $500-$600. They broke that thing down like 3-4 payments. I'm like, why y'all just couldn't send it? Yeah. Because if I beat this count or whatever happening, why is it like, oh, well, we'll see you this first, and then we're gonna come back and see this next. Like, come on, man, just send me that. Give me that goddamn brick, man. Like, give me the whole thing. Like, so it's a game, man. So now let me just talk, what inspires you, man? Because that's drawing a lot of inspiration, bro. You're inspiring people because you got 100K subscribers, bro. So that's inspiration, bro.
Thank
like,
you, man.
So like, what inspires you?
Yeah, this was one of them things right here where it's like you grow up in the hood, and then you go grab them trophies and achievements, and you bring them back to show the people, and it's like it's a beautiful thing. Yeah. And I feel that way about this and about my other 7 awards, and I got another award that I'm winning in October, and it's just like, man, to be honest, we've already seen the worst of the worst. We come from so much poverty. We come from enslaved people. We've already seen as bad as life could be. So death ain't really that scary to us anymore. It's a trauma response, but it's a response nonetheless. Right. So because death is not scary, we are willing to do anything to, like, we don't necessarily have to be that inspired, because our inspiration is the fact that we get a chance to breathe the next day.
Hey, man. Hey, freaking man, bro. Like, what? Okay. Good stuff. Hey, good stuff, man. Good stuff, man. Okay, so check this out, man. I want to throw this in. Let's talk about your move back to Africa. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's pop that off, man. Like, speak on that, like, cause that's a big move. You know, that's jumping the pond, or you know what I'm saying, the flat. Amazing. I don't know, man. Flat surface. I don't know what a flat surface or a spear. I don't know.
Where do you want to start?
All right, let's start.
How do you want to start with that?
I went into a little black hole right there. Okay, so let's just talk about the
go ahead.
Throw it in.
Like, what launched the thought? Like, what launched
your thought process as far as like the African movement or whatnot. Like,
Okay, so let's go back to the origin. Probably about a year and a half ago, I started doing restaurant collaborations, where restaurants will come out and they'll pay me to help promote their thing. I'll go there, eat, show the decor, put the stuff on YouTube, Instagram, all the socials, and then stuff will be flooded after that. So I did about 5 or 6 of those, right? And then I just got used to it being like, you know, I go, I do my thing, I leave. I'm cool with the owners. I can come back, like if I have a date or whatever, and I can just take them there or whatever. So I went to this one Ethiopian spot downtown, and I'm thinking I'm about to do the same thing. But when I got in there, he offered me some coffee, and then he started giving me the origin of coffee coming from Ethiopia. And then he gave me the story of Queen Sheba coming from, and how her and Solomon met, and he started breaking down all of that stuff to me. And I'm just, in that moment I learned, just in that little 10-minute, 20-minute span, I learned so much information. And all of this information is about me, essentially.
Right.
So his wife comes out, and she's dressed in her Ethiopian garment. And every time that I talked to her, she would look at him, he would nod to her, and then she would respond to me. And she didn't understand that much English because she was just there. She had just come, like 2 weeks, 3 weeks fresh.
Right.
So her whole aura about her, it was nothing American. You could see it in the way she walked, talked, carried herself, everything, interact, everything. So then they offered me the opportunity to do a ritual, a coffee ritual. So then we broke down the ritual, and he was telling me, when you get married, you have a helper in the village, a woman that's like 16, 17, 18, come in to live with you guys, and then she does the coffee rituals for the community. That's the way that the men in the community know that she's single, and they shot at her to become her husband, and then the cycle continues.
Wow.
So I'm like, man, there's in none of these 50 states is there anything even remotely close to anything like that. And I said, so they just do this for the whole community every day. So even if you didn't know me, if I was a complete stranger, you would have offered me some coffee today. Yeah, I would have made sure that you ate, that you drank, that you were fine. So then they asked me, so you know, where you from? After giving me all this information.
Yeah.
And I said, I was born in Michigan. I was born in Flint, and I was raised in Benton Harbor. They was like, well, we know that, but where are you from? That's how I was in the room, just like this.
You can't give them.
I couldn't give him nothing. I couldn't give him nothing, and I felt like a dumbass, and I felt like a traitor. I felt like an Uncle Tom in that moment. Like I felt like all of my success that I've had in America, I traded it for my identity. I didn't understand that this accent that I speak with, because I'm supposed to be talking like this, that it comes from colonization being current.
Absolutely.
America is the only place in the world that's still currently colonized, because Americans are not even a real thing. There's the Native Americans, and then there's the Europeans that came over for a second chance at life, that colonized the Native Americans and then brought the Africans over to every part of the Western world, all the way from North to South America, and then they taught us this. He literally says it if you watch Roots, when they name Toby. What's his name? Kunta Kinte. I don't like that name. I like for my slaves to have good American names.
Oh man.
So he literally, so when you think about a person's name, John, Jacob, Smith, all of these different names, it's like, this is purposeful. So all of these last names are representations of the plantation that we come from. And we keep passing these names down to our children. So that's another reason why when I go over there, I'm going to be doing a name change officially, to where Marcus Steele is not going to be my name anymore. So to go back to that story, that sparked me to do my first. And I went to 23andMe first. And my first result came back, Igbo, Nigeria. And I never heard of the Igbo tribe. So I started doing my research. Nigeria is the most popular country. The Igbo tribe is the most notable and the richest of all of them. And they have the biggest work ethic. So that just fit perfectly with myself. But one thing that I didn't think was going to happen was that the Igbo Nigerian people were going to reach out from Africa and start talking to me. Hey, what's going on, man? How's everything? Like, oh shit, y'all speak English too? Yeah. We speak English, French, Portuguese. We speak this. We got euros, pounds, leons, naira, everything. We got all the money. We speak all the languages. We got the cars. We got the houses. This is where we live. These are our streets. This is, and I'm just.
See, a tribe reached out to you.
Yes, I was about to.
They reached out to them. And we start having great dialogue.
Oh my God.
And when the women reached out to me, that really showed the difference between what we've been dealing with and where it came from.
Mm-hmm.
Here's an example of how a Nigerian woman will reach out to you from Hebrew tribe. Hey, how are you doing today? Have you eaten today? I love that outfit. It looks great on you. That's a really good color. Oh, I see that you like to play pool. Is that something that you look for in a wife? Would you like for your wife to know how to play pool too?
Wow. Hey man. That.
All right, are you tired? Would you like for me to make your bed for you? This is a regular conversation. And it fucks you up because then you go from typing it to now you walk outside back to the American woman. Mm-hmm. And the way that they talk to you, you just like, God damn.
Night and day.
It's night and day. And you have become so indoctrinated in that treatment that you feel like it's normal now. You just normalize it. So now we're trauma bonding with each other. Mm-hmm. And we're learning how to operate within that trauma. So to save myself, I said, I'm going to eliminate my presence from this entire thing because us going back and forth about this, that is this, mm-hmm. I can't have a conversation with you if you don't know, as for the woman, if you don't know who you are. Because you might be Kenyan, I'm Nigerian, now we got to go back to the root of your practices so that we can understand why your indoctrination is the way that it is, and then we got to follow that all the way down to how you got here, and then to what part of the indoctrination of what's happened in America you believe in and that you want to carry. We got to get to the root. We can't just, you pay this bill, this, that's too surface. And we never gonna get nowhere operating on the surface. We already tried it don't work. Mm-hmm. Everything that we've tried to do here in America, they burned it down. They steady talking about we need to rebuild Black Wall Street. Why?
Put them on the bombs again.
So they can do it again. That don't make no goddamn sense. And I want to give a shout out to Malcolm and to Martin. I appreciate them. But I'm confused on why they wanted all of the stuff that they wanted here, knowing that this is not the motherland.
Right.
If you got all of the Muslims, you got all of the Christians.
Right.
All you had to do was give everybody at the Million Man March, all they had to do was give you $2.
Right. And
you would have had $2 million so that we could go back.
Bar. Oh my God. Yeah. Bar. That you just put something in perspective for sure. He got down.
Don't nobody ever say what happened after the Million Man March. Then what?
Nothing.
After the bus boycott, then what?
Nothing.
Only thing that happened was that they both died.
Both died. You know what I'm saying?
Both assassinated. In America, who's an American hero? I'm gonna ask y'all, who are our American heroes? Modern day.
Modern day.
Modern day. Right now, who's our American heroes?
That's black.
It's black.
In general.
It's the court jesters, really the movie stars and the...
So like the celebrities.
Celebrities, they're their heroes, you know what I'm saying? Like
More from a patriarch standpoint.
Well, the last one we had, if you want to be honest, is Tupac Shakur.
Okay.
That's the last one I can visually, who had the message and had the talent, and had the music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he had a whole spectrum. You know what I'm saying? So, and he was a young Black Panther, the president of the Young Black Panthers.
Right.
So he's the last one I can think of, like, you know what I'm saying? I can think of that can really radicalize the youth.
Yeah.
I don't think of anybody else. Anybody else you can think of?
Charleston White.
Charleston White is a good one. He has that. Okay, you want.
Yeah, I don't know if he's like,
Want me to drop? Okay. He has the spectrum of an uncle that so how I was raised, he gives me a feeling of my uncle that's telling me what the hell is going on. And I've had people in my life like that. So when I see this character he's portraying and what he's talking about, it's something that I can relate to because shit, it's in your face and it's telling you what's real, and then like, you know, these street codes people are abiding by, and then these real life, you know what I'm saying, laws. So it's telling you like, it's giving you the spectrum.
He's the code in the matrix.
He's showing you how stupid some of this stuff is. You know what I'm saying? And it's one I can pinpoint for sure. He was like the telling situation, folks telling on each other stuff. But you ain't gonna tell on the man that's got your mama, then he's raping your daughter, then he's raping the next door neighbor's daughter, and you know this whole long, and the whole community know this shit, and they letting this shit going on. Ain't nobody telling then.
Right.
It's wrong to tell then, you know what I'm saying? But it's right to tell because this is creating broken homes, traumatizing a family, you know what I'm saying? It's like a curse in the neighborhood, you know? Right. So that's all. I'm trying to think of who else, man, that really has the gospel, man, like on that vibe, who could have went into it.
But actually,
Kanye, I give Kanye, Kanye has the message he made. That's not crazy. Not crazy.
So the point that I'm making is when we think about Marcus Garvey, Fred Hampton, Malcolm, think about Farrakhan, think about Elijah Muhammad, think about all these people, even Tupac, think about Nip, we think about what happened to all of these individuals. We think about how the government in America didn't give a damn about solving any of these issues, no matter how popular the people were.
Right.
It took Vlad TV to have a homie that snitched on himself by writing that book to tell what actually happened to them because he didn't want. But if you ask a motherfucker in America what happened to Abraham Lincoln, they got that step by step by step by step by step.
Right.
The files are just now coming out about JFK because now they finally want them to come out.
Right.
What is America telling you right to your face?
You don't give a fuck.
On how they feel about you.
Right. You don't give a fuck. You don't give a fuck.
The only reason that black people got liberated was because it was good economically. They asked themselves when they were having their meetings, is it better to keep these niggas as slaves?
Yep.
Or should we give them a little piece of land and then have them in the economy?
And motherfucker still ain't got 4 acres in the mule like this motherfucker.
Now that was the bullshit promise.
Yeah. The motherfucker still ain't got 4 acres in the mule.
The only way that we gonna be, and I'm skipping around a little bit, but the only way we gonna be able to get 40 acres in the mule is if everybody leaves. If everybody puts away $5,000 and you got $1,000 for your flight, you got $1,000 because to rent in Africa, you don't need 3 times the rent. There's no credit system out there. There's no any of that. If you walk up to somebody with $50, you can have that apartment for the month, which means that for $1,000 for the year, you can have that apartment, and they pay yearly, or you can pay monthly, or 3 months. So that means that if you got $10,000, this is your apartment for the next 10 years, and you can negotiate it for the next 15 if you're cool with the landlord like that. While you're doing that, you can have a plot of land right next door that you just purchased, 2 acres for $1,000. Put 2 shipping containers on it and have your tenant stay in there while you in this apartment and you building your house on the other side of the land.
That is dope.
That's a plan that if you just execute it right, you can do that in 2 years. If you and your girl do it, y'all can do that in a year and a half if she's tapped in and she's not just taking from you. So our American dream ain't never been no American dream. That was never set up for us. If we're enslaved and then you give us economic freedom and then you say 3 times the rent, who are you not allowing to come into this neighborhood?
Low income over.
Come on now.
You know it. I'm gonna swing back on something too. Like speaking of that, like it's a whole, like the whole Vlad did not solve that Tupac murder.
Don't give it to him like that.
I'm gonna give it to him real fast. The police, that was a COINTELPRO mission against the Panthers that eradicated Tupac. The police did that to him because the police, another guy. I'm gonna give it away before we get on there. If the police makes it look like a gang war, they could just, we saw it, but we didn't say nothing. We did it, and we made. It's like Training Day. Remember Training Day? That guy that in that movie is part of that whole situation. His name is, I don't want to get it, Rafael Perez. That was a dude who's Training Day based off of. He was in that whole Compton LAPD, Watergate, what's that, what's the I can't think of the little shit, but the police did that to Pop, man. Because think about this. Why would you tell this man is just a scapegoat?
Mm-hmm.
Why would the man you know the police is the biggest gang out here.
Yeah. Right.
Pop shot the police, man.
Yeah.
And walked out of court.
Yeah.
Like, you feel what I'm saying? You know, every police in America wants his ass now, either black or white. And they be saying our own kind did it too. Our own kind of black police officers did that to Pop.
I get what you're saying.
I feel like
I see the direction you're going.
I see, you know what I'm saying?
All right.
I caught it.
This is what I want to do.
Let's do it.
Because
I bet.
for that whole thing, it's interchangeable.
Yeah.
Regardless of if we give the credit to Vlad, if we say that homie that wrote the book did it, or if we say that it's a police cover-up, it all falls under the same umbrella.
Amen to that.
Right.
Amen to that. Amen to that.
Of it just being another case of blatant lack of care for anybody within the African American community.
Facts.
Right.
And just another regular Negro that just lost his life.
Facts.
So all of this is to answer the other question of why I'm moving back to Africa. Because even on freedom is priceless. And one of the biggest statements that I can make as one of the most successful people here, Atlanta has become the #1 city in America. I'm thriving in the #1 city in America with the worst women to ever exist ever, and I'm making a killing. And I'm the one saying that I'm leaving. What does that say to everybody else? That what they're chasing is invisible.
It is.
That finish line doesn't exist.
Wow.
That dream is a concept that is constructed for everybody else besides us.
It's a bar for sure. Cause I lived in Gwinnett, Marietta, College Park, all that, and I felt like I just knew. You feel me? Just something wasn't right. Something wasn't right because the women. So I ain't saying all the women, but the interaction. It was something off. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's something off everywhere. Like you said, maybe you need to return.
Yeah, we just reaching a breaking point.
Yeah.
Back when my parents were children, apartments used to be $300, $400, $500. You could work at McDonald's part-time
And go home.
have a little hoopty,
Yeah.
go to Freaknik. You could live like a regular life.
Yeah.
There's still racism and prejudice, but we still had black areas because black people always find a way to get around other black people.
Right.
So that's why every time we watch the news, they be like the minorities. We're like, I don't know what you mean by minorities. My whole neighborhood is black.
Right.
Because black people just have a way of getting around other black people, but that's purposeful. So that you could live a regular life. I'm 30 now, so probably like 40 to 50 years ago, 60 years ago. But now a 1-bedroom in a small city in America is the minimum of $1,000 a month.
Bar.
800 a month, 700 a month.
Facts.
In Thailand, that's where they high rises started. So how we would live in Buckhead is how they live regularly. In China, 100, 200, 300, that's their rent. I used to always wonder, why do they not mind if they don't have like a lot of business coming in? And it's because they don't have a lot of expenses to pay. We always worried about money coming in when it comes to us because we got a lot of shit to pay for at all times, which stresses you out. So now when your girl is talking to you about her dreams and aspirations and shit, you really can't even hear none of that shit because you got too much shit that you got to focus on here. And then since men and women, we live completely different lives just in our gender. So now we're divided from the get-go. So now she got to go out and get her a job and got to implement different elements of her to where if she was back in the motherland, she would be carrying a basket on top of her head, wrapped in a cloth on her way to fetch water from the well for her husband and her family.
Right.
Here, she's traded away that femininity for a desk job at a law firm. She can't even go and get organic fruit because it don't even grow from the tree here. She got to go to the store. She can't clean her crystals because she don't have time. She got a man that's super stressed out, so now they can't even make love effectively and raise the children the way they want to raise them. So now their children is being pushed to the education system. So now the teacher and the principal becomes their God and their belief system. So when your kids come home every single day, like talking about some new shit that they seen on TikTok and on Instagram, you have this dysfunctional relationship that you have at home, and now that becomes an ecosystem that's passed down.
Man, oh man, oh man. Now hold on, now I want to get, that was bars.
Yeah.
It's been bars all day. Okay, let's see. Now let's talk about the UTC into your life.
Well, let's transition into that.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that the way that it went from discovery to credentials, to answer the other question,
What?
is Trump lied to everybody when he ran.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I am going to stabilize the entire economy. What did he say about tariffs when he was running?
What did he say about that shit?
He said he was gonna,
He was gonna up them tariffs on for the incoming goods coming in, right? He was gonna tax these countries, other countries to get their goods in here.
Well, yes and no, but like the in front of your face answer is no. He didn't say anything. He didn't say anything about tariffs, because if he would have said anything about tariffs while he was running,
My bad. I thought you said tariffs.
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 Tariffs,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
If
My
he would have
bad.
said something about tariffs while he was running, he wouldn't have got elected, because there would have been too many other entities outside of America. America is such a hub
right.
that other places control our elections too.
Mm-hmm.
That's why as soon as what happened with Israel and Iran, the first thing that they did is, so what's going to happen with America?
Yeah.
Who the fuck cares if we're not over there? But what are they telling you if they got to tell you that something is going to happen over here too? It's so much lying and telling the truth at the same time that happens right in front of people's face that they don't even see.
That's true.
So at the moment that he got in office, tariff. What is that saying? What that's saying is that we've reached a point in America where black people have overstayed their welcome.
Yeah.
Our liberation was never a purposeful thing to be forever. It was because they needed this person to get in office, this person to get in office, and this person to get in office. Obama was never supposed to happen. It was never supposed to be like that. That's a reflection of black people becoming too powerful in a place where they were never supposed to not be slaves. So now, with all of these bans that he's doing, out of like the 30 bans, 25 of them are in Africa. Africa doesn't even have the most countries out of everybody. So that means it's a purposeful agenda against black people. He's talking to us in America
Right.
through what he's doing to our counterparts. So this is the point where we have to realize that the Underground Railroad needs to be modernized, but for yourself. This is where my ancestral results came from, because as I did more, I realized I had my mom's side of the family, Sierra Leone, Mende tribe, Timne tribe. For those who are not familiar with the Mende tribe, the movie Amistad, that's based off of the Mende tribe. So then we got the Kru people of Liberia. Then we have the Balanta people of Guinea-Bissau, the Fulani people of Guinea-Bissau. So when women get those Fulani braids in their hair, that's where it comes from that tribe. What's that Mortal Kombat, the dude, I think his name is Raiden, the one that wears that straw hat?
Yeah.
That hat, that comes from the Fulani tribe. And then what we also need to do is to reconnect, because there are some Jamaicans, not all of them, but there are some Jamaicans and there are some Haitians that feel like that Jamaican and Haitian is like a thing. It's an area, it's where you grew up at. You grew up in Jamaica, but you're not Jamaican, you're African that got dropped off in Jamaica.
Right. I've been through that. I've been through that.
Africans that got dropped off in Haiti. But then you grow up like, no, I'm not African, I'm Haitian. No, you're African.
Yeah.
They got dropped off in Haiti. So when we connect all of our diasporas, everywhere that we're from, Brazil, the Cubans, the Americans, the Jamaicans, the Haitians, we become the most powerful. And that's what they were trying to show us in the movie Sinners that just came out. That's what he was trying to say. He was trying to show us the parallel of how that works. So the money that he spent on the juke joint, for those who've seen the movie, that money would have went so much further if he would have spent it with his own people. And he would have never had to worry about somebody else the Ku Klux Klan coming back around to take back what he just paid them for. And then in order for the white man to not lose his life, he offered him back the same money that he just gave him. Doesn't that sound like buying a home that has like a high interest loan?
Right.
They just do it in a corporate gangster type of way. Now they're not lynching you with a rope. Now they're lynching you with a loan.
Right.
In Africa, there's no property tax. When you buy your house, you bought it. It's your house.
Yeah.
So all it takes is one big check, house. One big check, car. One big check, amenities.
No stipulations.
No stipulations. Your land. So that's why they're not dying to get over here anymore.
Nah.
We don't see those feed the children commercials anymore. Because
No.
that indoctrination was a lie that they carried on for too long anyway.
Facts. Them folks weren't hungry, none of that. Them folks was not going through that. I remember, I was like, man, and I know you just hit one on that because I seen one of those commercials probably like a couple months back. I was like, bro, this is, y'all still trying to throw this little lie out here? Like y'all trying to like sprinkle it here? Like, well, people won't really notice this shit. I was like, man, this shit has been a lot, man, because I know, man, people over there living like kings and
Living
queens.
like kings and queens. So that circles me into the YouTube, back to the YouTube space, and then back into the UTC space. 'Cause I feel like that what God was doing with me was that He wanted me to be the front runner of the modern day UGC creation, because I'm the most collaborated with UGC creator in the world, and I'm the most interviewed man in the world. So He wanted me to take those, He wanted me to get those achievements here and take them over there to showcase to them that no matter where you do it at, this is home. And that you don't have to strive to go over there to Europe, to Italy, to Rome, to move away.
Sure.
There's no reason to move away when everything that you're moving away to do, you can do it here. Don't let anybody trick you into feeling like that the minerals and resources and the way that you guys grow up is below anybody else. Like somebody might wake up and be like, man, this a dude selling coconuts on the side of the street. Like that's some lame ass shit. That's really not though, because that coconut has so much rich minerals in it that they steal to then make artificial coconut water here, upcharge it and sell it. But where does it originate from? If you don't empower somebody to let them know that, then they're always going to feel like they below everybody else. We took over the NBA, we took over the NFL. If my disappointment in the black community is that people can consecutively show you that they don't care really to give back, because there's enough just NBA and NFL players to affect all 50 states if they wanted to. They make millions of dollars a month. They'll show you their car, their watch, their house, all the millions of followers that they got, but they won't show you a receipt that says that I helped to build this Boys and Girls Club. Or that I went to Africa because my actual home tribe needs me. And my $1 million over here is $3 billion over there.
You have a couple, like let's say, I think the guy Serge Ibaka, he does some things over back and forth. Pascal Siakam, but they're from over there. You know what I'm saying? They come back and forth. You know what I'm saying? The last radical I seen in the league, it's Carmelo Anthony, and they gave him hell. When they don't play in the league for a league, knowing this man is better than
most of the league,
because he believed that you can tell a mind that you can tell a real true thinker, you know what I'm saying, and then you can tell he had these owners in a frantic every organization he came into, because the strong will, but you're right. I think they tried to do that. I remember that he did that call to arms on the ESPYs that year. And you can tell, like, LeBron and them were uncomfortable with D-Wade. D-Wade probably was comfortable, but, Melo was kind of led that charge. But like you said, piggybacking off that, if those NBA players are to do that, it will mean a lot, because a friend of mine, the person I've interviewed, Contavious Caldwell Pope, he bought Greenville is no bigger than probably East Macon. Or probably, not even say East Macon, let's just say Fort Valley or
Okay.
something. Fort Valley, Georgia. One, maybe, you know what I'm saying, small town. He bought damn near this old elementary school and cleared it haven't cleared the elementary school, but cleared the court, made a basketball court for kids to come out there and play basketball, hosted a whole, you know what I'm saying? That small thing alone just shows how, you know what I'm saying? With snap of a finger, what they could do.
What can happen? Yeah.
What can happen? Like Bud Dupree, I don't know if you heard of him. Bud Dupree played for the Falcons and he played for the Chargers. No, it's the Chargers. It's the Chargers now. He's from right down the road. This place called Toonsboro, Wilkinson County. He has a whole street named after him. You know, it's a small town again. He literally comes home, he shuts his whole city down. The high school down there, the stadium is named after him. So it's like you're saying, that power of change could be done.
Yeah.
It just takes the mind to sparkle.
Yeah.
You know?
It shows how far colonization has gotten too. Because with you being Jamaican, do you know where you're from?
Yeah, I know. Part Haitian or French descent.
French descent too. Okay, so yeah, because that's just a deep history in Haiti too.
Yeah. Facts. As it goes down, we go down long.
Yeah, it's a long rabbit hole.
Yeah, long rabbit hole. Yeah.
So that means that with y'all knowing that, you know how a traditional Haitian man dresses when he's dressed up in his garment, like dress clothes.
Yeah.
You know how Jamaican dress clothes look.
Yeah.
You know how African dress clothes look.
Right.
None of it involves like a collar and a tie and a suit jacket. Where the hell do we get that from? But every time that you see our NBA players that are black show up to the arena, how they dress. This is how deep colonization is.
Right.
That is that current.
Right.
If you give an African man an NBA contract, he should be showing up in African dress garment because he needs to rep where he's from. What message is he sending back to the people that's where he's from? Now they're saying, okay, we got to conform like how he conformed,
Right.
because that's the only way that we're going to be able to fit into this system here for him to make that money.
Bar.
That's a mixed message. I got to give up who I am just so I can wear the suit of somebody else to play on somebody else's court. So now we colonizing ourselves.
Bar.
That shit hurt to hear, don't it?
Yeah, it's crazy. No, it's the truth though. It's what it is, man. It's what it is.
I always thought like that.
Alright, so check this out. I want to get into, our last step. Let's get into like the relationships with women,
Okay.
dating. Yeah, you about to slam dunk?
Yeah, you know, we kind of touched on it a little bit, but
Yeah. This is sweet. Because you told the difference of like, you know, the Ethiopian women, how they approach men and how they, you know what I'm saying? Now, you know, that's a different thing for these women over here. They're you know, they're blinded by wigs, you know. And I had to tell a woman the other day, like she posted something like of her beautiful hair. And I was like, I told her before that was posted, like, I had a conversation with her and she was like, yeah, I got really my hair today, da, da, da. And at the time she had real hair. I was like, man, shit, that's immaculate what you have on your head. Like, why are you trying to, you know, I ain't say it like that. I was just like, well, shit.
No, I get what you're saying.
You look beautiful right now. Like, what's the, like, you gotta go, goddamn, you gotta go to this.
And what she say back?
She was like, I don't know. And then, let's say, fast forward to like a few days when I seen that post, showing her, I'm like, I struck a nerve in you. I made you believe in your hair because this hair was way down here. Not African, but like a black woman, indigenous, like, you know, I know she had her Indian heritage and stuff like that. So I'm like, damn, like you showing, like, why are you like whitewashing yourself? You know what I'm saying? So, but beautiful. And then she saw it. She was like, she texted like, yeah, I just had like damn near a million people just comment on this. I was like you, like what? Shouldn't that be like a sign or something? Yeah.
I get what you're saying. There's, man, when Drake first came out, and one of his dopest bars that he never had was sweatpants, hair tied, chilling with no makeup on.
Yeah.
That's when you the prettiest. I hope that you don't take it wrong. And that bar right there went in this ear
And
out this ear right here. And the most important thing for us to do as men is to realize which women ears that it went in and out of, so we know which ones not to make salute with, because they weren't listening.
Yeah.
So everything that they're doing to present themselves in a certain manner is a waste of time to a person that's not even looking for that in the first place.
Man, talk to him. Talk to him.
You gotta think about this too. The slave master had all this land, had a wife, had all of this power, and the one woman that he still chose to make select with was his slave.
Yeah. Yeah.
What does that say about the beauty of the black woman?
Yeah. Say it aloud.
Undeniable.
We've always believed in that, and I think that that's where our frustration with them comes in. That is that I'm not mad at you, I'm disappointed at you because you don't even see how beautiful you are. In the way that you carry yourself, the way that you're talking, the way that you're trying to straighten your hair like a white woman, and the way that you're trying to fix your posture and talk in a upscale British type of way and all that stuff, all the whitewashing that you're doing, it's making you not as attractive, and you're looking at it like I'm insulting you in the new spiritual journey that you're trying to do, but your journey is in the wrong direction. All I'm trying to do is do what God sent me here to do, and that's align you properly. My discernment comes from him, your discernment comes from me, and then that discernment from you goes down to the children. And then that cycle continues. The most powerful women are always going to be the women who understand that and accept that and keep that cycle going. They're going to make the best moms, the best grandmas, the best great-grandmas. The queen chair will never be as tall and as wide as the king chair, but it's still the most prominent position that you can have as a woman. So when you're looking at that chair, if your focus is the fact that it's not as big as the other chair, you're in unalignment already in what you're doing.
Amen. Amen.
And what it is with the biggest thing, like when the passport bros movement started, people can laugh and joke about it, but it's really a whistleblowing moment. This is a moment that's saying, like, it's gotten so bad here that it's not even worth trying for certain people. Yeah. If these men are as broke as the women are saying, how are they flying overseas? Yeah. How are they renting these apartments, and how are they supplying excursions for these other women? I thought they was broke.
Right.
Somebody lying. Somebody lying.
And like I said before, I'm not the type of nigga that you can just lie right to my face and I'm just gonna believe you.
Right.
Somebody getting some money somewhere. And if these are the lamest dudes in the world, apparently they the lamest niggas with some bread.
Right. Come on now.
So if I was a woman in this time, I wouldn't be going through this problem if I was that, but I'm saying, like, if I was, the first thing that I would do is I would realize something's broken. Something's broken, and I have a lot to do with whatever it is that's broken. I need to make if I was a woman, I need to make a social media post that says, hey, these other women are not approachable, but I am. I'm looking for a man. I'm looking for a husband. I'm submissive. I don't know what they do. I know what I'm doing. This is my real hair. I'm 5'1". I work at this Dollar Tree. I'm in school right now to be a nurse. I love holistic stuff. I would take a Chipotle date. Like, that's not the bare minimum.
Right.
That's the real shit.
That's right.
That's a great presentation.
Right.
And you just differentiated yourself from everybody, and it took that level of humility. The reason why men and women don't understand each other is because our egos are predicated on two different things. A man's ego is predicated off of everything that he earns. A woman's ego is predicated off of everything that she doesn't. So that's why she would rather have a man who has everything done and she can just walk into it and just thrive off of it. And she will still use that as an ego boost to get into the group chat with the other women, like, look what I got, even though she didn't do anything to work for it.
Hey man, we have been blessed today, man, with you, man. Like, listen, bro, come back. Like Craig say, man, come back. Like, bro, I really want to do, like, man, we can do a panel on some other cool stuff, man. I know
we need to,
because I really wanted to bring it to the podcast studio, but it was a blessing because I had my partner with me, and he makes make my interviews even more fire, I feel like. You know what I'm saying? But Vigilante, man, we appreciate you here, man. This is since you got it, we're gonna do a 420. I'm gonna put it on the 420 and Bluntness platform as well on the HHN, and I'm gonna put this up on the YouTube special Primetime Live Dangerous Paradise. This just is exclusive all the way around, man. I appreciate you, man, because bro, that was bars from top to bottom.
Bars.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm talking about, you didn't miss it. No
Gems
more.
drop. Gems.
No drop, man. No.
We have time for me to say one more thing?
Drop it. Let's go.
It's the last part
Okay.
to make it come full circle.
Okay.
The tribes back in Africa. The terrorists. That was letting everybody know it's time for you to go back home. African Ancestry itself started to do trips where they were sending people from the diaspora and giving them the opportunity to go with them once they got their results. So they'll give you your results and then have a trip plan for you to be able to take that trip. Because the first thing that you're gonna want to do when you get your results is talk to the people and then go over there. So then that's went from going over there to now the opportunity to get dual citizenship. So now you can live in both. So if you find out that you're from Kenya and you find out you're from Egypt, now you can go to Kenya and be a dual citizen of Kenya and America, and then Egypt and America. And then if you wanted to revoke your American citizenship, like I don't need that no more, now you can have dual citizenship in Egypt and Sudan and be able to go back and forth with no restrictions. And then you can have duo and two of them and go back and forth with no restrictions. And you can start a whole new life in a whole new place that you were never supposed to leave from in the first place. Because I don't want nobody to get it confused. We did not get here on a first class flight. That's not how it happened.
No.
So I don't want nobody to get comfortable here like we got here on a first class flight. That's not what's supposed to happen.
And they took this land too.
Yeah, they took this land first.
They took this land.
And then came and snatched us from where we were comfortably chilling at.
Right.
And brought us over here on the bottom of slave ships. We are the descendants of the people who never left.
Do you think some of us was already over here too as well?
Oh, like the indigenous people?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but it don't really matter. It don't really matter. I think that it all circles back. All of it. No matter where you're from, whether you was the indigenous, because it was Pangea at first before it split.
Yeah.
So we were all from everywhere. There was Asians over here, there was Europeans over there, Australians over there. Everybody was from everywhere.
Yeah.
The motherland for us has always been, will always be, Africa. And that's why you'll never get like results of an African man being predominantly Australian or predominantly European. It's going to always come back to the same place. So now that's what I'm doing right now is I'm working on my citizenship in all of those places. They all have different criteria. But right now, as we speak,
you need to help us.
and that's my next part.
Help us.
That's my next part in my UGC is to go out there and to show y'all what the apartments look like, what the land looks like, and help to build that bridge to come back. Because that's what I'm seeing is that there's just a small disconnect. Africa is offering it, but they don't have the same technology and reach. America is still the hub, but it's dangerous because we don't control the narrative here.
Right.
So if you got the hub, but you don't control the narrative, your message is diluted. They don't have the technology and they don't have the hub. So we have to have people who are connected with other people specifically that can bridge the gap with each other. And that's what I'm doing right now.
Man, that's man, you laid it on the line for us today, man. We appreciate that, man, for sure, man. Primetime Live, Dangerous Paradise TV, man. I'm gonna give it a 420 and Bluntness exclusive as well, man. HHN TV, man. One voice, one platform. Man, this is the Don P. Man, my boy Jason in here with me, man. We live from the back time. Eastside. Appreciate you, Vigilante, man. Hey, man, come back.
Yeah, I'll be back.
Come back. Yo,
I'll be back for sure.
Come back, man. Hey, man, we love you, bro. You really blessed us with this today, bro. We're sorry we was on best of time, man. It's Father's Day. I was trying to run too much things, but hey, man, but we here. Hey, man, Primetime Live, Dangerous Paradise TV. Let's get it.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Vigilante, and listen, we just wrapped up a dope one with Dangerous Paradise TV. Y'all make sure y'all tune in, and y'all don't want to miss this one. If y'all want to scale back and go back to Africa, if y'all want to know how to navigate the modern dating world, whatever y'all want to do, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Y'all make sure that y'all like, comment, make sure y'all do what y'all got to do.